Plus, I have something at least nice coming in.
A
You
dildo?
have something.
You know what? A dildo would be nice, but I got
That
something
way you
better.
can literally go fuck yourself.
I got
Perfect.
something better. It's the same thing Steven's getting, but
Perfect.
Please tell me that was live.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And recorded. All right. Let's see here. Let me just pull the script up. Are you guys ready to go?
Yep.
Yup.
On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
It's the great broadcasting event, Charlie Brown.
Wonder Woman's coming to your TV this Christmas.
And ho, 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 it's our annual holiday gift guide.
perfect. It's the Culture Smash Cast, episode 546 for November 18th, 2020. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv. Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Tina?
Tina Heimbach, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Nathan?
Nathan Savino, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
And Zach?
Zach Barton getting shit on the world right now. Shit on by the world.
Perfect. Welcome to 2020.
Yeah.
I finally joined the club.
It's
2020 has been relatively like sucky, but like really even, and then all of a sudden I get 30 horse cocks shoved down my throat at the same time.
you
Everyone
could
gets
just
theirs.
if you complain about that, but then there's somebody out there that is being denied that would like it. So
Somebody out there cannot wake up without being slammed with a horse cock. It's a serious thing.
and you just make a cocktail.
Man, I nearly did, but I ran out of time. I actually ran out of time. I was like, oh shit, I need to get on for the podcast.
Bitch, you had the whole pre-show. You could have been making a cocktail.
Yeah, I could have, but you know what? I'm here.
You blew
I'm
it.
already here.
All right, so we've got a lot to talk about. This is our annual tradition for us, where we have our holiday gift giving guide. I like to call it the holiday getting guide, because everything that's in it is, in my list
Stuff that
anyway,
you would want. Yeah.
is crap that I would love for someone to purchase for me. So really,
I
it is
always like seeing who has the priciest item.
I was about to say it's going to be me, but
You know what?
We've
Mine
seen
are
some
actually
pretty
tame this year.
I know what's on Tina's list. I think it might be Tina.
of course. So we have a couple of stories we're going to do first. So let's get on into this, starting with last weekend's box office numbers. Number 10 is Elf, of course, reissued to theaters. Made $170,000. Made $173 so far, but it says opening weekend, so I'm not sure about how that worked, but it did. Number 9 is Toy Story, back in theaters. Made $222,000. It's made $727,000 so far, and that in this day and age, in 2 weeks, is pretty damn good money. Number 8 is True to the Game 2. I never even knew there was a True to the Game 1, but it made almost $288,000.
I guess some people really got to see a movie.
$610,000 it's made in the 2 weeks it's been out.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
This sequel has grossed half of what the first film made in 2 weeks. I think, we got a series going on here.
Oh, shit.
We could have a True to the Game 3.
I don't even know what it is. I've never even heard of it.
A drug lord tries to start a new life after he falls for a young... Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Got to get out of the game. You can never get out of the game.
Perfect.
That one.
I mean, we liked it when John Wick did it.
No, John Wick was, I am out of the game. I'd rather not get back in the game. He is thrust back into the game.
Exactly. Number 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy, back in theaters. It made $406,000 on its opening weekend. I mean, it's weird to say this, but these are like high dollar amounts to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For right now. Number 6 is Tenet. Made $735,000. Made $56 million so far in 11 weeks. I am seeing ads for, see it for the last time, so I think it's about to get pulled.
Well, I mean, it's been in theaters for nearly 2.5 months.
Yeah.
76 days.
I mean,
weeks.
to me, you might as well just leave it. I mean, what else is it going to do?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's diminishing returns. It's, it used to be getting millions. Now it's getting 735,000.
2020. Number 5 is Honest Thief. Made $779,000 almost $780,000. It's made $12.3 million in six weeks. Number 4 is Come Play. This terrible looking horror movie. Made just over $1 million. It's made almost 7.3 in 3 weeks.
It's got an all right poster. That's all I know about it.
I haven't
Just
seen
the
it.
poster. That's all I know.
Number 3 is The War with Grandpa. Made $1.3 million. It's made just over $15 million so far in 6 weeks.
Part of me is just like I feel bad that this movie is sticking around, but what else is going to be here?
Yeah, exactly. Let Him Go. Probably about the only movie on the list that I actually kind of want to see. It made $1.7 million. It's made $6.8 million so far, and it's 2 weeks. And the number 1 movie over the weekend is Freaky. It made $3.6 million so far. That is its opening weekend gross. And the thing that's most surprising to me about that movie is I'm hearing good things because the trailer looked like garbage. But I'm hearing that Vince Vaughn is really funny, like the funniest he's been in years.
I mean, he's pretending to be a teenage girl. That's when the comedians really shine.
I guess so.
Because Jack Black was hilarious as a teenage girl in Jumanji. So
True. And this movie, actually, I didn't realize it, but it's directed by the same director that did Happy Death Day. So maybe there's something extra there, or maybe it's saying that this director can only do gimmick movies. Could be that too.
I'd say it's probably that.
Gimmick horror movies.
Gimmick horror movies, exactly.
Groundhog's Day.
Exactly.
Freaky Friday. But horror version.
Yep. So we've got a few trailers to talk about.
Crap, I forgot to watch these.
So you suck.
Let me just pull these up real quick.
Batman Soul of the Dragon. This is DC's latest Batman animated film.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of the trailer?
I thought it looked pretty neat. I loved the 1970s vibe that it was giving off.
Well, first to set up the premise a little bit of what the trailer is it is an animated film with the 70s vibe, as Tina just talked about. Batman's operating, but as Bruce Wayne, before Batman, had traveled the world and learned martial arts, some of the other martial artists that he learned with are teaming up with Batman to basically do this. All the kung fu superheroes have to get into a fight. So you have like Richard Dragon, Lady Shiva, some of the others. And yeah, like Tina says, it looks awesome. It looks like a 70s Bruce Lee movie.
I'm so excited.
It looks a lot of fun.
It really does, because it makes me think of like, Bruce Lee, like Game of Death, or something like that. And it also reminds me of sort of this sort of grindhousey action movie that was popular in the late 70s and early 80s that combined like machine guns and kung fu. You would have like these five like special ops people that would go out and do missions that were soldiers, but they were also badass like martial artists. It just sort of has that vibe to it, and I've never seen Batman look like this before, so I'm like real excited for this. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah. But
they have, and it's Bruce Timm, and he knows how to do the Batmans.
Yeah.
DC.
I'm always happy to see his art style.
Exactly. And they have a really solid track record. Even the sort of, meh Batman animated movies are still better than all of the live action DC movies. So.
You mean like the current DCEU?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we go back to like the original Superman or some stuff before that's a whole different thing. But
post Man of Steel, like Man of Steel and beyond.
Man of Steel forward.
Or do you want to go even Dark Knight Rises and beyond?
I'm fine lumping Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Because really, they only have two standouts, and that's Aquaman and Shazam. And both of those, as much as I enjoy them, they're still like B-grade movies.
I still like Wonder Woman, but I do think.
Yeah, Wonder Woman is okay. It has I've softened on it a little bit, and I'm not sure why. I probably need to watch it again.
I think the last bit is kind of where it falls apart, like the reveal of Ares and all that.
Yeah, that's it.
The parts where it's dealing with her in the action scenes of World War One, that was like, for me, that was the pinnacle of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, like that whole shot, all that entire scene from like her just like coming out of the trenches and running across the battlefield. That's great.
I mean, even her in the village, that was just great work. So
yeah, the whole fish out of water thing they did really well. But yeah, maybe it is that. It's just the last act of that movie. I just feel
it does. It shows its flaws really hard there, and it does leave an impression because it's the last thing you see. So you're like, yeah, it was all right, I guess.
Yeah. So we're going to have more to talk about Wonder Woman in a few minutes. But before we get to that, let's talk about the other trailer released this week, which is Tom and Jerry.
Speaking of disappointment.
Tom and Jerry, the movie.
Speaking of horrific.
That trailer, I mean, it has some good actors in it, but the animation.
Does it?
Chloe Grace?
Yeah, Chloe Grace is great.
Yeah,
I like
the last
Chloe
good
Grace.
movie she was in?
I mean, if I pull up her IMDb, I can find you plenty, but
Don't say Kick-Ass, because that was 10 years ago.
Doesn't matter. She was good in it.
Was it the Carrie remake? How about Kick-Ass 2? That was
I kind of liked
right?
the Carrie remake, so fuck off.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, the Carrie remake is not terrible. She's good in what have I seen her in? I've seen her in some things that I liked not so long ago. It doesn't matter. She's a good actress. She may have done some shit movies, but she's a good actress.
It has
What were you gonna say, Tina?
Oh yeah,
it has the guy from Ant-Man, the friend Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him okay, although I didn't like him in Ant-Man as much as a lot of people. But I do enjoy him. He's funny.
I mean, she was good in Hugo.
Yeah.
I liked her
That was
in Let
9
Me
years
In.
ago.
She was good in Let Me In.
We could probably get off of her IMDb. Let's go over the rest of the trailer. Like the named characters in the title.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Everybody's saying, I was reading online, everyone's like, oh, they're going for a 2D animation. No, it's clearly 3D animation.
Yeah.
To look like 2D, so it has this very off-putting, jarring look to it because it's also being juxtaposed against live action. So the first thing you go to is like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, only this looks worse, like way worse.
Yeah, that's not a good animation at all.
I mean, taking outside the plot and how awful that looks, just how those two characters interact with the world and how it looks, I hate it. It just unnerving.
It doesn't bother me that much.
I mean, been better if they would have done it more like a Garfield or Alvin and the Chipmunks type set, not this cartoon animation.
Oh no, I prefer this to going too realistic. The realistic thing throws me off.
I prefer the Roger Rabbit as opposed to Chipmunks, but it doesn't look good. Doesn't look like it's gonna have a good plot. Doesn't look like it's gonna have a good setup. It's playing too much on the campiness, and then it's going to be an hour and a half plus long Tom and Jerry episode, which I like Tom and Jerry, but there's only so much slapstick humor I can take from a cat and a mouse.
Here's one of the reasons Space Jam arguably works comparatively.
Hate that movie.
Far more character, far more Looney Tunes than there are Tom and Jerry, two characters. So they're able to do a lot more vignettes with different characters and have all these interesting things going on, as well as have an interesting human actor with.
But they took a human actor to a cartoon world.
Yeah, but for like Tom and Jerry, for one, they don't talk. Tom and Jerry are not talking characters, and their cartoons are usually about 10 minutes long, very short skits. I don't see how they're going to be compelling enough to last for an hour and a half for a kid audience.
Yeah, it would have to sell us on the human characters, and it just didn't do that in the trailer.
Well, you know what I also wonder is if we're reading this as adults and this is a movie for little kids.
You know,
because
you're absolutely right. You know what? Pixar cannot be for adults. It has to just
Pixar does family movies specifically.
DreamWorks cannot be for adults.
Most of the DreamWorks animated movies suck balls. They just do. I'm sorry. Most of them do. Not all,
they're layered
most
with
of
adult
them do.
humor.
But there are plenty of things, and there used to be more. Honestly, there used to be more things that would come out that are just 90 minutes of crap for kids, and I hated all that stuff too because it wasn't for me. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a great movie.
Real. Shaun the Sheep is a movie made for kids, but it is a film that adults can enjoy too, and there's zero lines of dialogue in that movie.
So again, you're going to something that's art house. You're going to Aardman. Aardman is
this is going to be like when they did the Marmalade or Marmalade.
Dog Paddington movie. Was Marmaduke. A kids movie, but
Marmaduke.
By God, that movie was great.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying not everything has to be
I hate that excuse of it's just for kids. It's not for adults. It's like screw you.
You know what? Screw you because you
guess who has to take the kids to go see this?
Have some standards.
I mean, I'm probably not going to see it because I was never that big of a Tom and Jerry fan to begin with.
I think that's also probably what were any of us ever Tom and Jerry fans?
I liked
them, but I prefer.
I wouldn't say a fan.
I prefer Sylvester and Tweety dynamic as opposed to Tom and Jerry dynamic.
I mean, generally, and this is blasphemous as hell, I know, but generally, as a little kid, I mean, I was never that huge on Tom and Jerry specifically, but I was much more Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes than I ever was anything Disney. So
I don't think that's blasphemy. I think that's a fair and valid point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it doesn't look good, but it doesn't matter to me in the whole scheme of things whether it's good or not because I honestly don't think it's.
Who's this director?
I mean, I'm gonna see it. So.
Yeah. Right.
You know, if it was pre-COVID and I still had my Regal Unlimited, I might see it because it's
just for the popcorn.
Yeah, and I can get a big old fat cocktail before I go in. I might, but no, I'm probably not going to see it.
Oh man, from the director of Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver Surfer, Taxi, Barbershop, Ride
Oh, that's is that what's his name? What is his name? M Story. That's it.
Yeah, he's going to be making the Monopoly movie.
I liked all those movies.
Good.
He's not a director
wait. Monopoly movie?
Yeah, that movie has been in the works for a while.
Is it a documentary on 2020?
It's this is I remember like 2012 when they were announcing Monopoly movie. I'll believe it when I see it at this point.
Right. This director's not that good. The things that stood out to you guys right away though, like the animation, didn't really bother me to be honest. I don't like it, but I don't like I'm not gonna vomit over it.
I didn't like it the way it looked mixed with the real world.
Yeah. Well, I like Chloe Grace Moretz. Regardless of what Zach says, I think she's slumming it a little bit here. But sometimes you got to slum it to get your name back out there and get people talking about you.
You know what? You're right. You could take a small role in a film called Suspiria and actually be really good in that movie.
And who talks
back to this shit?
Who talks about Suspiria outside of our show? I was
about to say you, but then you said outside of our show. A few people that saw it really liked it.
It's so good. All right, let's get into some stories because we got to get to our gift guide. We got to get to some.
Yes.
Tina has a story that to me is a piece of good news, though.
Yeah. For the last 20 years, ABC has been the home of the beloved Peanuts holiday specials. Before that, they aired on CBS. And before this announcement, fans worried that Apple's exclusive rights to the Peanuts characters would mean the end to a holiday television tradition founded in 1965. But Peanut fans, upset by the classic Charlie Brown holiday special leaving broadcast for streaming, have no need to fear. Apple TV Plus and PBS have announced a partnership to bring a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and a Charlie Brown Christmas back to broadcast in two special events, alongside their debuts on Apple TV Plus. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will also air on PBS and PBS Kids on November 22nd at 7:30 p.m. local time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And a Charlie Brown Christmas will air on PBS and PBS Kids on December 13th at 7:30 p.m. local time and 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The holiday specials will also stream ad-free and in HD on Apple TV Plus. I always have to add that plus. It's so weird. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will premiere on this service on November 18th and will be available for free from November 25th through November 27th. A Charlie Brown Christmas will join the Apple TV Plus streaming library on December 4th. The holiday special will be available for free from December 11th through the 13th.
Does anybody think Apple's writing this off as a tax break?
I love that it's going to PBS. I mean, I just love the I guess the complaints that came in. It's like, you're taking it away from broadcast. Like, fine, we'll put it on public television.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Well, there was never any chance it was going to work out with ABC. I mean, they're like bitter rivals.
PBS is pretty much the only neutral one it could go after.
And it annoyed me a little bit because it's such a small, like, it's a much smaller, like, network. It'll get less advertising. It'll get less word of mouth. It'll get less everything. But it might bring a lot of eyes more than usual to PBS, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, PBS is a great project. It's a great network. People should look at it.
Yeah, I think it's. I wonder how the connection got to PBS. Like, did Warner Brothers? I mean, not Warner Brothers. I'm thinking ahead of my next one. Yeah. Did Apple decide? Well, let's try PBS. Give them a call. So somebody at PBS took a phone call. It's like, wait, you want to give us peanuts?
Yeah, I literally feel like it had to be. Maybe there was a lot of outcry.
It was a Four Seasons lawn and gardening situation right there.
Yeah, someone's going to be pissed because Antique Roadshow is going to get canceled during those blocks, though. Isn't that what shows all the time on PBS now?
I need to find out if that jacket was from the Civil War.
The only good thing about Antique Roadshow is when someone, and you should feel bad about this, but it's 2020, is when someone comes on with something they think is super valuable and it's like made in Japan. It's highly entertaining.
China.
So it is good, though. It is going to be out there broadcasting because it is a tradition, you know.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they did bring it back to broadcasting.
Although seeing it in HD will be pretty neat too, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they come out with a 4K of that set, or am I wrong?
I know they came out with a Blu-ray set. I haven't heard about a 4K, but maybe
they came out with a 4K of it.
God, what could that look like? I might have to go find that.
Yeah, it's out there. It's $30. It's a holiday collection.
Cool. All right, so we don't generally break news on our show. We're usually talking about stuff that's sometimes weeks out just because of our commentary. But this piece of news literally broke right before the show.
Yeah, we replaced a story.
Yeah, to get this in here. So it's kind of big news.
Yeah,
interesting. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, The Verge reported just before we went to air that Wonder Woman 1984 will simultaneously be released in theaters and on HBO Max on December 25th. And this has been collaborated by HBO, Warner Brothers, and also Patty Jenkins, the director, has also tweeted about this. So it's official. Unlike another high-profile summer blockbuster to be this year, Mulan on Disney Plus, Wonder Woman 1984 won't cost anything extra outside of the subscription fee of $14.99 a month. This is probably indicating a growing skepticism from Warner Brothers about whether theaters will be open enough, or if at all, for people to pack in and watch blockbusters. After all, theater chains Regal and Cineworld recently announced they would be shuttering theaters, essentially for the rest of the year. And then there's the willingness of audiences to even brave attempting to go to theaters when they're open. Warner Brothers already struck out earlier this year, as we mentioned earlier, with Tenet, which performed decently internationally, but less so in America, as theaters in key markets such as LA and New York were still closed.
Considering it's the only thing to gross over $25 million, and it hit 50 million.
Yeah.
Comparatively, yes, but in terms of getting close to make money for the studio, not as much. Recently, Warner Brothers also pushed back Dune, the new Dune movie, to next October, so 2021. Also, MGM pushed back the new Bond movie, No Time to Die, to 2021. Disney pushed Black Widow to 2021. So 2021 is going to be a crowded year. So with that and a lot of uncertainty about the theaters, looks like Warner Brothers decided to take the chance elsewhere and maybe pump up some subscription numbers.
It's an interesting story. There's a lot of things that you could take away from it. Like looking at what they chose to go ahead and try this stream with versus what they still have coming out that they chose not to. Like they didn't choose to use Dune for this.
Yeah.
I think that it's sort of the difference in what it's an exact polar opposite difference to what Disney did. They're, in my mind, they're figuring, okay, we've got to try to make some money by the end of the year because everyone's like bankrupting. Then let's put an A list out there. Let's not take something that's probably more in the B or C list. I mean, I know you liked Mulan, but in comparison to other Disney titles that they could have put out, it is a B list title. They could have put out Dune, which I will probably like better than Wonder Woman, but in comparison to the numbers Wonder Woman would make normally, Dune is a B list title. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I think it's interesting that they are doing the dual attempt. Whereas Disney, when they decide to release Mulan, which while Mulan isn't like their highest rated like Disney princess title, going into it pre-COVID and everything, buzz about the excitement for that movie because the trailers look pretty good, at least. Yeah. Unfortunately, movie did not hold up, but while it looked like it was going to be doing pretty good, Disney had a lot of faith going into it. So, I mean, obviously that's why they decided to make it a premium cost instead of just dumping it on Disney Plus, which did not seem to work all that well.
Which they did do with that other movie.
Yeah, Onward, movie? the new Onward movie went straight to Disney Plus. The upcoming Pixar movies.
Well, no, I saw Onward in the theater.
Yeah. They're
gonna dump Soul.
What was the other movie?
They dumped that? Onward later, like relatively soon. On
Zach, what was that movie that they put out? This it was based on a book. Kids.
Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl. Yeah, they dumped that one.
They dumped that one, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And they pushed Hamilton straight to Disney.
Hamilton is one that was pushed. That was going to go into theaters. Soul, the new Pixar movie, is being dumped onto.
So Mulan also did their it's premium Disney Plus and in select theaters as well. So what's going to be interesting about this Wonder Woman news is AMC going to stock it because Regal's shuttered. Cinemark is
if AMC is going to stay open, they have to stock it.
Well, and they're really not going to make money off new subscribers either, especially since you get a 7-day free trial before you have to pay for a subscription for HBO Max.
Yeah, I think this is a weird. While I'm not a fan, and if they put this out for $20, just like Mulan, I wouldn't do it. But I also see why. You got to make money somehow, and I guess they're hoping that they're just going to get so many new subscribers.
But people let you do the free trial and then cancel the subscription.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem with the Disney one is, I mean, you could still do this. What?
Yeah, Mulan was
it was 29. Yeah.
I was about to say 20. I'm more leaning to buy 30 now.
Yeah.
So it also makes me think they're expecting this movie not to be good.
That's what I think.
I'm sitting there going, based off the trailers I saw, I was like, I'm not excited for it.
I liked the trailers for the movie. I think they look pretty fun.
I thought every trailer that came out looked a little bit worse.
I don't think it's. Oh, it might be. I think it's fair. It's a reasonable assumption to make in the confidence of the actual material. I think but my thought on that would be they would have done it earlier probably because it's been in the can for so long. I think that something else just decided they need to try this attempt, and Wonder Woman is probably a good opportunity for them to try to boost some subscriptions into.
Because at least it's an A-list title.
It's an A-list title. People like the first one a lot. I mean, I think it's fine. I'm just glad they are not doing the premium cost that Disney will in Mulan.
So the only other thing I can think of about this too is Warner Brothers. If you look at their release slate, they have so many movies set for 2021. and so does everyone else. I mean, they could be also looking at the situation of they will be lucky to get one weekend of the theaters to themselves when they do open. So let's say they try to open right when the vaccines are coming out, for example. The theaters are going to open slow. People are going to trickle in. So if there's 2 or 3 movies, if Fast and Furious is trying to come out and whatever, they're going to be fighting for so few eyes. Maybe they feel like this is the time to try something.
But yet again, I don't think you're going to retain new subscriptions, because if people just want to see the movie, they'll get the free subscription.
They will retain new subscriptions. They will not retain all new subscriptions.
But
they will retain new subscriptions.
See, my problem is
I also get HBO Max through my internet free, so I don't have to subscribe to HBO Max. It's tied through to my AT&T account.
I get it through my DirecTV.
Yeah,
I get it through Zach.
Okay, right. Yeah, I mean, so I think that you're both right. I think a lot of people will take the 7-day trial and then we'll drop it. But I also think some people will stay, because the fact of the matter is, if you compare content of HBO Max to Disney Plus, there's no comparison. HBO Max kills them. HBO Max kills Apple as far as content.
Apple to me is a tax write-off. That whole streaming platform is a tax write-off. You don't have one piece of programming on there that is a gotta see.
So they do have one thing, and I saw a commercial for it. It's coming out, season 2 is coming out in January, and that's Servant. That show is so good.
Heard of it.
Yeah, they do.
It's M. Night Shyamalan's show. Yeah, and I hear Jennifer Aniston's show is really buddy. I'm telling you, you don't know.
I've heard Defending Jacob was really good too.
Yeah, I've heard that some of their stuff is good. It's just not like hyped.
Yeah, no one talks about it. It's the same thing of like there might have been good stuff on Quibi, but no one's on Quibi.
But see, I think you're wrong about that. I think people that review this stuff and do talk about it, talk positively about a lot of their stuff. It just doesn't get pop culture hype the way Stranger Things does, or some of the other things. Like, but yeah, they've got at least 2 or 3 highly rated shows.
Yeah.
Servant, actually, and I know it's an M. Night show, which usually is a death nail, but I'm telling you, it's probably the best thing he's ever been involved with. But back to Wonder Woman, I'm just curious about how. I mean, what is it, like a $250 million movie?
I feel like it's a throwaway.
How are they going to make money?
I feel like this is, at this point, it's a tax write-off only because
you can't write it off if you sell it.
I mean, this was supposed to be originally released in what? Originally.
It was a summer movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like May or June.
It got pushed originally.
It did get pushed, yeah.
Yeah, it got pushed a lot. I mean,
it's been pushed a bunch of times. Yeah.
So here's the thing I also think it is. And because next year is going to be so super crowded, it could be an effort to save face if your movie doesn't perform as expected, because it's going to be such a crowded release schedule. It's going to be very difficult for films to get major like opening weekend intakes, or even keep
that's what I was saying,
legs in theaters, because
it's too competitive.
You're not going to have anything staying in theaters that long, because everything's going to be coming in and in and in. So movie theaters, if they're open, are going to be kicking movies out probably even quicker than usual.
So this was originally supposed to be released on December 13th of 2019. Then it moved up to November 1st of 2019, then delayed to June 5th of 2020.
June 5th was the one that we had a solid opening.
Yeah. I feel like, because basically when studios, take on these projects, they essentially take on a loan. And interest in that loan kept occurring. Basically it got to the point where it's like, we are going to lose money even if we release this in theaters under the best of circumstances. We need to
but you wouldn't lose as much.
Yeah, I don't think you would lose as much
if you kept it going to theaters.
Because I just don't see this thing breaking even, coming out for free on HBO Max.
Neither do I at all. It's
I don't think it will break even. I think Warner Brothers is at a point where they realize this movie probably will not break even in any situation that they release it in. So,
and it also sounds like it's not going to live up to the first movie.
Well, and I agree with you, but we haven't heard that. But I
hope you're wrong.
while I do feel it, there is another issue too, that they may have to look at this as a franchise as a whole. So when did the first Wonder Woman come out?
2017.
So 2017. So 3 years. So between 3 and 5 years to do each one of these movies. I mean, is Gal Gadot going to want to be 50 years old trying to be Wonder Woman? They may be.
Hugh Jackman did it for like almost 20.
I'm not saying she wouldn't, but I mean, they want to move on to other things. So if they want to try and get another movie out of her, of a trilogy, they got to push this thing along.
According to the director, this film was done and locked in July of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sat on this movie for a year and a half.
Yeah, didn't it get pushed before that for some reason? Maybe it didn't.
Well, like Zach said, it was originally supposed to be end of 2019, and then it got pushed to 2020.
Yeah.
I don't remember the reasoning. I'm sure we talked about it, but I don't remember the reasoning for that.
It probably was some other film came out and they wanted to make way for it.
Or reshoots.
It could be
production or something.
Yeah.
I mean, does that mean that original poster that says only in theaters is lying now?
It does.
No, it means it's a collector's item.
What it should say, you just scratch it out and write also in theaters. I don't know. Since it's free, I'm going to watch it, and traditionally Christmas Day is a day I would go to the movies. So I'll stick to that tradition. I'll just go right here.
Yeah, it's a much shorter walk.
Super annoying. But hey, I mean, it's 2020. What are we going to do? Yeah. I don't know. It'll be fascinating to see what happens with this. I was waiting. I thought it was going to be the James Bond movie that was going to snap. Something was going to give from one of these companies. And
I feel like
James Bond nearly did.
James Bond nearly did. They made an offer.
$800 million.
Yeah. I didn't take that offer seriously. Like, they might have done it if anyone bought that offer, but I really thought it was like a go fuck yourself offer.
HBO was thinking about it.
Yeah, because HBO Apple has the money to throw around.
Apple was thinking about it, but see,
also that one has the money to throw around to do it.
That one made sense to me even a little more than this one, to be honest, because it's Daniel Craig's last film. So it's like, hey, okay, bye.
As Bond.
Yeah, as Bond. Yeah, so bye. But yeah, I knew it was going to be one of these. I just didn't know which one it was going to be. Now we're just going to have to see how this thing makes money. HBO could be in real trouble, honestly, because with this thing coming out like that, and then all the money they're spending on this damn Snyder Cut, I don't know. We're going to see what happens in 2021. It's going to be interesting. But maybe we should do a Twitter viewing or something.
I think if they were worried about the money that they were losing on the Snyder Cut, they would have probably maybe tried to keep this in theaters. I think they're probably okay. I'm not as concerned about the well-being of Warner Brothers at this point.
Well, the thing about Warner Brothers is they're pretty diversified. But I mean, did you see Disney's earning announcements?
No.
Yeah. They lost $1 billion this year. Yeah. $1 billion.
Man, I don't know how they'll ever recover.
The issue that Disney also has that Warner Brothers isn't quite as worried about is theme parks.
The parks. Yeah.
So much of Disney's revenue comes from theme parks.
Yeah, it's true.
Disney would much rather you go to the parks for one day than go see Infinity War 3 times, because they
but you know what?
$4 off.
I was gonna say I could see Infinity War like 5 times for what it would cost me to go to the park.
No. You're gonna have to see it 10 times.
Drinks, any souvenirs that you buy.
You're right.
Buy batteries.
You're right. All right, let's go into something a little more positive. So let's talk about our holiday gift guide, shall we? So what we'll do is we'll each take a turn doing an item, and we'll go through all 5 of them. Mm-hmm. Does anybody want screen? They want to be able to share pictures or anything? We didn't talk about this in pre-show. I don't know if I have
pictures for the website. I don't plan on doing pictures now.
Okay, so all of these, if you're listening and you want to see pictures and read about these, we're going to have articles up from each of us with our lists, so you can go and do your shopping next week. Black Friday is a weird thing this year. Have you guys noticed what's happening with Black Friday?
It's not happening.
It's basically Black November. They're spreading all their sales out across the entire month.
I've gotten like 20 different pre-Black Friday sales from Best Buy in my inbox. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I did some Black Friday last week.
It's hard to keep up with. The only thing that I have to do that I may do tonight, well, I like to look at that stuff while I'm laying in bed before I sleep. It's also a bad thing if you take Ambien because sometimes you sleep shop, and that's a thing. But Best Buy has $6 Blu-rays right now, and they have a lot of them. So I'm gonna be digging through that. But who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Nathan. All right, Nico.
Oh, no, you called Nathan.
All right, Nathan.
All right. So mine's kind of on the lines of 2020 COVID gifts. So
here we go.
The first thing, since we're quarantining, the bookshelf board games. So there's these board games and they look like books and you can buy them, but when you open them up, you pull out full pieces to an exact board game, but it's literally like the size of a book. You stick them on your shelf.
On. Keep talking.
So
I got you.
You got me.
I got one of those. Keep talking. I got one of those
up there at the top.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but smaller. Yeah, but you can get them from Anthropology for $40, or you can get them on Amazon for $99.50.
Yeah, I love these things.
Yes. And they have Clue, they have Monopoly, they have Scattergories, they have Candyland.
I have this one and I have the Monopoly one. Yeah. That's a good pick. Those are fun games. And they look really cool on the shelf too. Mm-hmm. So, how much did you say they were?
You can get them through Anthropology for $40, or you can get them through Amazon for $99.
So I paid $40 for that one. Yeah. And I think that one actually came from Barnes & Noble, but I don't know if they still have them. That was last year we got that one. But yeah, those are cool. That's a good pick. All right, Nico, what do you got?
Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales, specifically the Ultimate Launch Edition for the PS5 at $69.99. So the PS4 Spider-Man game is amazing, pun intended. It's so fun. Great storytelling. It's a really good spin on the Spider-Man characters, and it's not the same as the comic or the movie. So you get some freshness out of that. And they introduced Miles Morales as a character in there, and now he is the Spider-Man in this spin-off game. If you have a PS5 or getting a PS5, go ahead and get the Ultimate Launch Edition because it also comes with the remastered version of that PS4 Spider-Man game. So you get the whole thing all in one go. If you don't go for that, if you don't have a PS5 yet, you're still on the PS4 bandwagon, that's fine. You could still get the Miles Morales standalone on its own. So that way, if you've already played Spider-Man, or if you want to get that used, get it cheaper as well, you could still get the Miles Morales on its own. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but all the gameplay trailers and everything I've seen, it's straight up just like the PS4 Spider-Man game, as well as with the new power sets that Miles Morales as his own Spider-Man has. And it comes with a huge variety of like alternate costumes and all sorts of neat little comic book trivia stuff. So I recommend that one if you're looking for a video game fix. So
Nico, are you going to get it for the PS4 and then upgrade later if you get the PS5? Is that what you're planning to do?
I don't know. I'm tempted. My video game time has been like nil,
drastically reduced
since puppy. So I don't know. And it took me sadly it took me forever to get to the Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game itself. So I don't know. I think I'll probably end up just waiting until we get a PS5, which will probably be next year. But yeah. I am looking forward to it when I get it.
See, I feel like that is they're doing that with both next gen consoles, and I feel like if it's something that's designed specifically for the next gen console, I don't want to see it like a knockdown version of it, and then be expected to look at it again when the new system comes out. Because the thing about Miles Morales that's like the talking point, which is actually more than a talking point because it's beautiful, is the ray tracing. We have ray tracing on both new consoles, and it's gorgeous.
I won't buy a new console.
Steven?
Why don't you explain it, Zach? Why don't you explain
Well, ray tracing is where a piece of light dynamically and bounces off other surfaces naturally and is Somebody's snoring. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Basically, it looks more natural and realistic.
And see, they demo
instead
that
of something that's planned. It actually dynamically changes based on your environment.
Well, and they demonstrate that really well if you just even look at the trailer for Miles Morales, because you can see how the light moves across his costume when he's wearing the iron suit.
Oh yeah, like my PC setup here that is like big and bad, you can't do it.
Yeah,
can't do it. It'll burn before it tries.
But I hear really great things about that game though. I've been kind of reading up on it. That's the one thing I'm jealous about is I've not had the opportunity to play the last Spider-Man game even, which the update to the last Spider-Man game is one of the things that's like, it's a weird controversy that's happening is they've changed the faces kind of, especially on Peter Parker.
Yeah, they changed the model for Peter Parker so it doesn't look the same, which I think that is kind of controversial. Like the new Peter Parker design is a little bit younger looking, looks a little bit more like Tom Holland than the other one, than the original modeling did.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with the original modeling. I don't know why. I think it may have had something to do with maybe the actor that they used for the motion cap or something in the modeling. I don't know. For subsequent games, I have no idea why they did it. I can tell
you what I saw.
To make it, yeah,
is there was a distinct like aggressive level of Polar Express kind of uncanny valley that was happening in the original one that seems to be gone with the new model. He does look a lot different, but it looks better. The graphics are better. So
the graphics do look really good, and they looked good in the first game. So it's if you get the original game without the remaster, I mean, I still think it looks good and is a lot of fun. But the remaster does step it up.
Awesome. All right, what do you got?
All right. So, did you say Zach or me?
I said you.
Okay.
Oh. I was about to say you glitched out there. And we're like,
yeah. I'm like, I'm just gonna assume it's me. I'll talk over Zach.
Perfect.
So mine's not listed by preference. Mine's listed by cheapest to most expensive.
Nice.
So the first one that I have is a book called Stiff: The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers by Mary Roach.
Oh yeah, my sister read that.
Yeah.
It sounds twisted.
With quarantine being everyone's main activity, or at least it should be, sometimes you feel like staring at the TV is draining your soul. Before you lose that last brain cell, I would suggest picking up a book. I've been reading more nonfiction books this year, and while most subjects might be boring to others, like Chernobyl or the first few years of Winston Churchill's career as Prime Minister, almost everyone has a morbid fascination on some scale with the subject of death. Mary Roach is a brilliant journalist who brings a hilarious tone to such a taboo subject, such as the body after we die. The book goes over so much, from using bodies as surgery practice for students, the effect clothes have on decomposing bodies on a body farm, or even crash test dummies, to the history of humans using cadavers for science.
Science!
This fascinating account of the curious lives of human cadavers kept me laughing, being completely grossed out, and interrupting Nico to tell him what I had just read so that I could pass on the horror to him. Right now you can get it on Amazon paperback for $14.52. Now you can also get it on Kindle or audiobook. Hardback price fluctuates, but it's a fantastic book. So awesome. Plus, if you got a feet fetish, there you go. Look at the cover.
There you go. So
Quentin Tarantino.
Is this exactly? Is this it's nonfiction, right?
It's nonfiction, yeah.
But it's like written, I guess, in a humorous way.
Yes, it's written. She takes a lot of things that normally you'd only say in your head about certain things and writes it down. So where you're literally thinking it and all of a sudden you're reading it and you're like, yes, you get it. You get this weird joke that I just made. She also helps bring a lot of brevity to like some really depressing subjects like losing a loved one or a plane crash where they have to figure out how the bodies hit the water at certain instances to determine the cause of the plane crash. And she just writes it so well. She's a journalist, so she knows how to write. And she makes it very interesting, very entertaining. And I think I finished the book in like 2 days. So.
Oh, wow. Nico, I feel kind of sorry for you if you ever find yourself on Tina's bad side. I feel like she's doing future research. I'm just saying.
I mean, I find myself there often. It's okay.
Side note, Tina, are you watching Murder on Middle Beach?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it just started. I watched episode 1 already.
I told myself I need to get through the Great British Bake Off before I do anything else.
Oh, I saved that one and sprinkle it in like salt. A little here and a little there, because I need to de-stress. All right, this sounds like an interesting book. I wonder if they have Audible of it. That would be interesting. Okay, I have Audible credits. All right, Zachy boy, what do you got for your first one?
Well, it's funny. I struggled for a long time to write down 5, and then I wrote 6. So
Perfect.
I guess I'll honorable mention, because I'm pretty sure this is going to be on someone else's list. Who knows? Xbox One X or Series X. That's my honorable mention. It's like PC, not PC, but console gaming. It's finally at a point to where it's just down to preference. I mean,
look at you.
It's 60 FPS and up, and the only real difference now is just controllers.
So
that's my honorable mention, though. You don't have to pull it up.
Look at it. Well, I'm pulling it up. Hang on.
But I was about to say my actual thing. Sir.
Well, but okay, you can say your actual thing. But look, you can have one right now if you want to spend $1,100.
I mean, they're only $34.99 a month, or total for $4.99.
Well, that's it. There's a whole.
But they're selling them on eBay.
Yeah. So I looked into that whole thing, and to get that, you have to apply for a credit card.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be done through their their select credit company and all that.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to get one right now, which I think is just about impossible to do.
Well, okay, my actual pick would, of course, be the Dawn of the Dead 4K limited edition by Second Sight. Because if there's one Blu-ray set that I can unequivocally you should get this. You should get this.
I think you're just saying that to ruin people, because it's going to be impossible to get.
Well, you should have got it then, because if you can find it for under $150, I'd say pick it up. It retailed for around about, with shipping, $100 or so.
Mm-hmm.
But this set has all the 3 cuts of the film in 4K. The Argento cut is just an SDR, but the other 2 are in HDR. It has over, 5-6 hours of bonus
minimum. I actually think it's more than that.
Yeah, but here's the catch: that bonus disc is region B, so you're gonna have to do some trickery to get it. But it also contains the soundtrack and all the sound cues in a 7-disc set. Wait, we're still not done.
It also has
novelization written by George Romero, and it has a whole making of book that is a hardback cover of it.
So it also has one of the best documentaries about a movie that's ever been made, and that's Document of the Dead. That's a feature-length documentary about the movie.
Yeah. This is, if you're a fan of Dawn of the Dead or any zombies in general, this is it.
We've had some really good, in the last several years, some really good zombie movies come out, but nothing surpasses Dawn of the Dead for me as my favorite zombie movie ever made.
I mean...
Dawn of the Dead and Zombie right. Those are my top 2 always. And this is a beautiful set. And one day, Zach and I will both have copies of it.
Maybe next week. Who knows? But
could be next week.
It's in London right now. It's being ready to ship across the pond.
Yeah, so that's the issue. What I will recommend, if anybody who's listening, if they do want to acquire this at this point, is I believe Diabolic DVD, which is a great website. I believe they're doing a hold list or something for restocking, if that actually even happens.
There's only 12,000 copies of these, but if you're like, holy crap, this set is just too big, I just want the movies on 4K, a standard non-special limited edition is coming. It will be middle of next year, so put that on your time slot.
Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna. I can't wait. I can't wait. I actually didn't put this on my list.
What's a good thing? Did you put the Xbox on your list?
I did not.
Well,
or maybe I did.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, okay, better. Because I'm pretty sure Steven's gonna do one of these. Let me just.
Yeah, I was so close to putting this one, but since we're coming to me anyway, I'll just say this: that my entire top 5 list is movie themed anyway. Because that's just my favorite.
Surprised.
Right?
Zach themes.
It's just my favorite thing. Like I start looking at other stuff, and there's some, my honorable mention is the same honorable mention I've had every year pretty much since we've been doing this, and I've never gotten them, which is a set of D20 shaped whiskey stones, and I have never gotten them. I should just go and freaking buy them. Yeah, everything else.
Zach's looking it up right now.
Yeah, you can get them on Etsy. Yeah, there's some on.
Where are they? I don't see them on Amazon at least.
Yeah, well, that's why I said there's some on Etsy.
Yeah, it's a custom item. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I
let me
got
screen
ones that look
share.
like bullets, but I cannot find a D20. Are you serious?
All right, let me just share my screen. My first one is really simple, and I'm kind of going the way you are, Tina. I'm kind of just building to a crescendo here, but I love these.
Those are so cute.
These are retro movie camera bookends. They are, hang on, there we go. They're put out by Belsa. They're just called vintage camera bookends. You can get these things on Amazon. If you look up old style movie film, and these are 7-inch ones, they're $40 a pair, which is kind of expensive for bookends. But I mean, look at them; they're just so cool.
You can tell they're high quality.
Yeah, and they've got these nice heavy bases on them. I mean, they look, and even the bases have that sort of film canister, like metal look to them. I just love them. I don't like, most of my books are audio books, but if I was getting this for myself or someone was getting it for me, these would be awesome for Blu-rays. Mm-hmm. Look, they're just gorgeous, and coincidentally, they match the color scheme of my room. Just saying.
They do look.
I mean, they don't look red, so I don't know if they match.
That's only the carpet, sir.
Yeah,
only the carpet.
Well, the rest is black.
No, it's not. Gray. It's gray.
Okay, it's been so long since I've been there. I've lost,
it is. These walls are.
It has been less than a month.
That's
a
true.
long time, considering I used to be at that place nearly every week.
Probably a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty simple. I just loved those when I saw them, and I would gift those to the film person in my life. So there they are. All right, let's make another round. Nathan?
All right, my number 2 you can get off Amazon. It is the Kaiser portable soap sheets. So think like those Listerine breath sheets, that small pack, but it's the size of your hand, and there's 10 per pack. So you can get 4 packs for $9.99. So I love this idea because I hate when I'm on a road trip or if I'm traveling, walking into a public restroom and having to touch nasty soap dispensers where several people have touched, and half the time they're not even like stocked or decent. So you can travel with your own little soap sheet.
So are these disposable? Is that the thing?
What, the soap sheets?
Yeah,
they're washable.
They're washable.
Soap. It's
okay.
actual soap.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's actual soap. It's like a Listerine soap thing, and one sheet is the perfect amount of soap to clean your hands, which should be a safety practice going on right now.
I don't think these are exactly ones, but I'll just show the ones that I found real quick just so people get an idea. So these things are like, they're made of soap, and you could just, but
they're sheets, so it's like a little pocket protector. It's not literally like a Listerine sheet.
That's brilliant.
And you pull it out, and you pull out a sheet, and each of those pocket things have 10 in them. So 40 for $9.99.
All you're doing is preparing for when you get to go back to work.
Yeah, I'm planning.
I don't know. It's pretty brilliant though, because you're not like doing something really terrible for the environment.
These
you
are
get
the
to clean
ones
your hands. Boop. All right, so let me just come back.
So I will be doing Nico's. He is currently taking the puppy out to release her diarrhea.
Perfect.
So. All right, next on Nico's list is D&D Beyond Master Tier subscription. This year, surprise.
That's right.
This year has obviously made gathering in person for a good old-fashioned D&D game particularly difficult. There are a ton of programs for virtual tabletops and chats to help us keep in touch, but what about the actual D&D materials? The books, the character sheets, even the dice. D&D Beyond is a digital character creation tool and marketplace. You can make basic characters for free, and you can buy official D&D source books for even more options, just like physical copies. However, you can go a step further as a dungeon master with their master tier subscription program that lets you share any of your content with your players, any books you already have. You can see their characters to help them out or check their work. You can even build encounters and roll dice right in the system. The subscription with books can be a hefty price, but it is a fantastic resource. You can get this for $5.99 a month or $54.99 a year at dndbeyond.com/subscribe.
I actually don't think that price is that bad. $6 a month if you're using it like a couple times a month at least.
And then you got to buy the books if you're wanting to buy the books.
Yeah. So the $6 a month is just access to the service, and then then you got to buy the books and stuff.
Tier. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's expensive.
But I mean, he uses it constantly, so it's well worth the money for him, especially.
Well, my thing about it too is the thing about D&D that can be a little bit exhausting for me. And I feel like it's this way for Zach too, because we did try to play a while back and we both just sort of fizzled on it, was all of the prep work, all of the writing of stuff, and the, waiting for someone to take the 30-minute long turn to write everything down and check off all these boxes and stuff.
Then you're just like, you know what? I don't even know where we are anymore. Where are my options? I need options.
I want to run a one-shot with you guys because y'all need to play in one of my games.
Well, and maybe so. But to see how this could automate some of that and make it go a little faster,
yeah, it does.
Could be very appealing to me, because the idea of getting around and group storytelling is really fun to me. It's just the mechanics of it sometimes wears me out, So this digital version of it could be like a really good solution. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Tina, what do you got for your second one?
For my second one, I have the Knives Out Steelbook. So if you want to continue,
did you do this last year?
No, the Steelbook didn't come out last year. The movie came out. But if you want to continue your screen time, I highly recommend one of my favorite movies of 2019, number 3 to be precise, written and directed by Zach's boy Rian Johnson, and a spectacular cast including Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, and Christopher Plummer. This fun whodunit is in full Agatha Christie style from Lionsgate. At Best Buy, they take it a step further with this beautiful exclusive steelbook 4K Blu-ray version. The artwork makes the case look like one of Harlan Thrombey's novels, and the plastic sleeve that comes over has a neat little feature. So spoilers, if you take it off and then put it on backwards, the knives give a clue to the movie's resolution. The creative design is what makes this one of my go-to gifts this year, which is why I bought it for myself. Merry Christmas, Tina. You can get it at Best Buy for $34.99.
So that was really funny. This thing, Tina and I were seeking it out for a while, and it went out of print.
Yeah,
like randomly,
immediately.
It just went right back into print for no reason.
Well, it went for months out of print, and then I was watching another, like a BlueTuber that I talk to all the time. I was watching his show, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, look what's on the shelf!" And I was like, "Holy shit! Let me text Tina."
and then boom. I bought it within 5 minutes.
Yeah, like you text me back right after that. Oh, ordered.
Yep, not gonna miss it out again.
Right. All right, cool. That's a cool one. Zach, what do you have now?
Well, for my number 2, I'm gonna go a little personal here. My whole list is personal. Screw it. I got Twerp's new album, Over the Top. That is Tupperware Remix Party's new album, Over the Top. They are a band that I really like and follow, and their newest album is really just chill. It's this chill, nice, comfy synth rock and roll with special guest Stan Avadon and uh, Planet Booty and a couple other people. If you're looking for something just kind of chill and easy to put on, maybe rock out here and there, it's really great. I was going to put on.
Did you literally just say rock out here and there?
I mean, some other songs, yeah. It's not wall to wall. I was going to put Ninja Sex Party's album on there, but I was like, you know what? NSP's album I didn't really like that well this time, so I think I'm going to go Twerp.
What?
Yeah, they're NSP. I love NSP, but their newest album was very hit and miss. When they hit, they hit. But when they missed, it fell flat so hard.
Yeah, it's funny now that you mention it. You didn't speak on it, and you're always usually pretty up. You're like,
I mean,
NSP got the new album.
Yeah, there are a couple songs on the album that are just bangers, but we're talking like 3 out of like 10. So I love you, NSP, but you didn't hit it this time. Twerp, you have 10 songs and all 10 are bangers. Some of these, like a couple of these songs on this album, I listen to 2-3 times a day. It's that good.
So, yeah, I haven't heard it yet, but I'm sure once this thing is over and we have to take another long trip for filming, I'm sure I'll be hearing plenty of it.
Yeah, and Zach's new car that hopefully
he
will
has
have
to buy.
The windows will work this time.
That'd be great.
You don't have to manually lock the door.
Or we don't have to put a portable heater in the floorboard because it's cold as shit and we're filming in Alabama.
Never forget that night.
Oh, worst ride home
ever. It must have
ever.
been 25 degrees.
Ice on the inside of the car. Yeah.
My feet were just bricks.
Yep.
It was something. So
anyway,
yeah.
Take a chance on it. Listen to it on YouTube. If you like it, go and support them and buy it.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the music, though, is a lot of music is available to listen to on YouTube now. But if you like the band, you got to spend some monies. I didn't actually put AC/DC's new album on my list, and I didn't because I feel like it's pretty. I say it's pretty specific to the person, but I mean they're multi-platinum, so I guess a lot of people like it. Their new album is super, super good though. So I'm like you with Twerp. I've been listening to AC/DC nonstop since the album came out. And once in a while when I get all hyped up on one of the songs, I post it on Facebook again. I don't care. Suck it. All right, so here's my number 2. Let me share this screen because Zach, you're gonna like this thing. Hang on, let me share the screen. Look at this. I love this. This is a camera lens coffee mug.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Look at it. It's
Is
so
it the one
pretty.
that stirs for you, or does it?
No, it doesn't stir for you.
Wait, is that a spoon? Is it supposed to be like a light?
Yeah, but it's this stirring.
gosh,
Look at it. I love it so much because
I love like the lens cap is the lid.
I have one similar to that, only I like this one better because it has the lens part.
Exactly.
So it has the stir stick that looks like the white.
I expect the accident to happen that you're going to pour coffee on an actual camera lens.
Right. Those late nights, I'm like, wait, Zach, do we have a 24 to
He's going to really smudge up his camera by trying to take a drink of it.
See, what's really funny? What's really funny is that KJ got this for me, and I thought she'd really got me a lens. When I first saw it, I was like, "What?"
I am so getting this for Goldman.
So I was kind of relieved it was a coffee mug.
It's so cool. I love it so much. So it's available on Amazon. It's called Camera Lens Coffee Mug. If you just look that up, you will see it. It's it looks so good, and the stir stick with the light is just like it just makes it perfect. It's beautiful.
Whoever has you for our Secret Santa, if they want to spend the extra $5, that'd be a hell of a gift.
Right, it's $14.90. And if you're, by the way, I said this before, but if you're listening to the show and you want to see this stuff, just head on over after tomorrow to CultureSmash.tv, and we'll have all of our gift guides listed. And it's funny, this is nowhere near the nicest thing on my list, but it might be my favorite thing on my list because Look at it. It's just so
I
cool.
just bought it.
Look at it.
I literally just bought it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. That is going
We
in
should
Goldman's
all buy
stocking.
it. We should all buy it and just leave them sitting around Steven's place and be like, "Is this my lens? No, it's not."
Okay, everybody has to get their own focus ring rubber band of a different color. Damn it!
I'm putting that in Goldman's gift.
It's so cool. All right, so I guess we're back around to the beginning.
All right, number 3 is for relaxation, but it's also to represent my basic bitchness. And so Bath and Body Works, the 3-wick candle. They're 48 cents. Right now they are $14.50 a piece. I highly suggest mahogany teak wood. And yeah.
So
I have
you
an
didn't even
entire
recommend
bookshelf
Yankee
of them.
Candle.
What?
Literally bookshelves worth.
Oh my gosh, and I got flannel. It's like a new scent for the season. I can't wait to try that.
Sweater weather is still one of my favorite scents. And they have a new one which was released for the fall collection called Warm Apple Pie, and oh my god, I'm waiting till Thanksgiving.
I think that food flavored candles should be illegal. They should be illegal. There you go. There, I even found the right one.
$14.50 mahogany teak wood. It will change your life. They make them in wallflowers too, and they're great.
Because Ada used to use hand lotion that smelled like cookies, and I'm like, you got to stop, because every time I walk past you, I want fucking cookies.
I will say the one that I'm the most anxious to light up for their Christmas collection is their spiced apple toddy candle.
Yes.
Because it has those whiskey notes, but still the sweetness of the apple. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm just get drunk.
A candle addict.
We got marshmallow campfire too.
Yeah, you guys love the candles.
Yeah.
I got hot cocoa and cream. That one's always one of my favorite go-tos.
No food candles, damn it. Make me hungry. I'm already in quarantine. It's enough already. All right. Who's next?
All right. I'm back.
Nico? Nico is back. All right.
I'm back. Yeah. The next item is probably the most expensive one on the list of mine. The Lego set for the 1989 Batwing at $199.99. The Batwing is Batman's jet, the bat-shaped jet from the 1989 Tim Burton Batman movie, which holds a special place in my heart. I love that film, and its design aesthetic is phenomenal. I love all the gear that Batman has, the vehicles, the Batmobile, and the Batwing. That iconic shot of the Batwing flying up and stopping for a moment in front of the moon, so it looks like the bat signal.
It's a beautiful shot.
It's a great shot. The Lego set for it is phenomenal. It's very intricate and detailed, so it's definitely gonna take some time to put together, and so it will be a good kind of Zen activity to do, unless you drop any of the small pieces like I will probably do. And it's really set up to mount particularly well. It comes with as Steven is showing, if you're watching our video, a stand with a little note card of information about it that's part of the Lego set that you could just put it together. It's also got the Lego minifigures of Batman, the Joker, and one of the Joker henchmen. Its cockpit is even detailed, so you could put one of the minifigs in there. It's so good. And it is pricey. Again, $199.99, so just about $200. But it's a really cool set. I was going back and forth between this one and the new Ecto-1 set that was just released. But given that we haven't seen the new Ghostbusters movie, I'm kind of skeptical about issuing it on that one. But that set looks really good. It does. Yeah, the Ecto-1 has the mechanics where the seat like juts out the side like we see in the trailer, but the Batwing just is so good looking, and
it's beautiful.
I want it. I really want it.
So
it took you like 2 years to build you the first Ecto-1 that I gifted you.
Yeah, it did. It would take me forever to build the Batwing.
You brought that Ecto-1 over here, I think, and showed it to us.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it on my desk actually. It's right here. The new one is bigger than this. It's actually like probably like 150%, 200% bigger. It's basically meant to scale to the minifigs, and you can actually like open up the doors and turn the steering wheel, and it will turn the wheels. It's that intricate.
That's awesome.
Neat.
Yeah.
So
buy Legos. That's what this list is. Buy Legos.
I'm not surprised that this is on here, to be honest with you. It's funny that we're talking about it, only that I've told this to Nathan, is I'm trying to figure out. I think I agree with you that doing a Lego project would be a very zen activity to do, but I got to find one that's, friendly to a blind man. So if you think of anything
that's friendly to a wallet.
Well, that too, but I really kind of want to do one, but it can't be as intricate as, say, that little. When you showed me the Ecto 1 that you built, I'm like, shit, I can't even see some of these pieces.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out some kind of compromise, like one that I can do. I had the knockoff. It wasn't a Lego. It was a knockoff company that did a Star Trek Enterprise. That was on my list last year. And I'm tempted to go find that one because I think the blocks are actually bigger.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, Tina, what's next on your list? Oh, I think she busted her knee into the desk.
No, Puppy busted her teeth into my hand. So next on the list, my favorite line that I have written today. This year has been a doozy, so it's the perfect excuse to get a little boozy.
Oh, I'm in.
And with many people facing tough times financially, I have been finding myself leaning more towards small businesses and personal gifts from Etsy and other like-minded sites. Buying from a gifted crafter is quickly becoming the better option for gifts and higher quality products. You might not get it the next day or be able to pick it up from the store, but that just means you have to plan a little bit more. Oh, darn. This decanter set from Lioncraft on Etsy, which that one you can show the picture, I sent it to you. This decanter set from Lioncraft on Etsy is a beautiful set. You can get just a decanter. You can add 2 to 4 shot glasses, or 2 to 4 regular glasses, or 6 shot glasses. And while this particular set is for the elusive family crest from older families, you can easily find sets that have funny sayings, someone's name, or even etchings of the family pet. I personally need one for the pupper. This particular vendor ships free anywhere in the US and offers gift wrapping as well. Package this with a nice bottle of Lagavulin, and you will have a toasty Christmas present the receiver will never forget. Or maybe they will, depending on how much they drink.
Right? I love a really cool decanter set. Now, for me, I like it to be super modern. I don't like sort of the ones that look like they belong to your great-great-great-grandfather. But I think that's a cool idea. I haven't popped up a picture because I can't find it yet.
Well, I have it on my computer, but it won't let me share the screen. So
I failed.
Whap whap. But it will be on CultureSmash.tv for those who want to go to the website.
I think and ordering from somebody on Etsy is a great idea.
Yeah, and for this one, Etsy for the decanter with 2 glasses, $129.
I mean, for a nice decanter set, that's really not that bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And honestly, here, like maybe next year, it won't be this year. Sorry, Nico. I want to get the Qualls family crest from Ireland.
Oh, nice. That would be very cool. So, side note on that also is something like close to 2,000 Disney theme park employees they've had to be let go due to COVID, but a lot of them are on Etsy doing Disney related projects.
Yeah.
So you can search that specifically if you want to support them and show some love that way. I think the Etsy idea is a really good idea.
And it feels better to give your money to someone who's really putting a lot of effort into a craft rather than going and getting a $10 fleece blanket at Walmart,
Exactly. I didn't put it on my list. I have done it in the past on here, but giving someone a gift card for a local restaurant to them is also a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Support your local restaurant. So I think that's
I would kill for like a Slim and Husky's $50 gift card.
Oh my God. All right. Zachy boy, what do you got next?
For me, I wanted a game to recommend, and I've been playing some games as of late, so I decided to recommend two based on what you're looking for here.
Mm-hmm.
First game I'd recommend, if you're looking for a single-player experience, would be Steven and Nathan's favorite game, Menus,
Yeah,
also
Menus,
called
baby.
Amnesia Rebirth.
Mm.
If you're a fan of Amnesia or in
Mm.
fictional games like Soma or um, Penumbra, this is right up that alley. It does have less of it does have a horror emphasis. However, it's not as like in your face like Amnesia Dark Descent was, where that was like the pure feeling of terror. Where this is uh, much more dread and inevitability. Um, with a really dark ending. Like there's three endings in this game, and all three of them are like, man, I don't want to do any of these. This all sounds like an awful choice. However, if you're not looking for a single player experience, I'd recommend Phasmophobia.
Yes.
Which I could probably also recommend.
Yes.
Great.
I want to play that so bad.
It's deceptively simple. It's this very early access game, so it's very buggy and the animations aren't good, and it's a little even pricey for early access, $13.99. But it lulls you into this like, oh, this can't be scary at all. I don't know what this is, and then it's absolutely terrifying.
The training is terrifying.
The training is it's like playing this game. If you can play this game by yourself, I don't know how I can't.
Yeah, you're a psychopath.
Bitch, I can do it.
Okay. It is.
You say that,
hell of a lot
but if you scream or whisper or talk, it takes that into account.
The ghost is listening. So it's like if the ghost appears, it's basically hide and be quiet, literally. And it is caused a lot of screaming and a lot of tension and heart attacks at my place recently. So because of that, I want this game to succeed. I want it to go on and have more maps and more content, for an official release. Pick it up and tell me what you think.
I will say, to add on to his, I have to, when I start a game, I have to move my mouse underneath my desk or on like the little like pull-out drawer where usually you'd put a keyboard. Because if I don't, I have been known to almost punch my computer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good game if you're really into being scared out of your mind.
And it's something like there's this subtle thing the game does. Like, okay, so Steven, you've seen Irreversible.
Yeah.
Okay, the first 30 minutes of Irreversible, they have those underlying bass tones that like make you feel really uneasy.
Yep.
So whenever you go into the haunted place, there's these low bass tones that play that just absolutely make me feel queasy, like really unnerved. So it does stuff like that to where you're already on edge. So when something happens, you just, I'm like a cat. I get set off.
So right now you can only get this game from Steam. So if you're a Steam player, that's the
Rebirth is on PS4. It's probably going to come to other consoles, but
hopefully,
yeah. It's also pricier at $29, which
$29 is not bad when you're talking about Nico picking a $70 game.
I would have probably gone $24.99, but
I mean, you can get the cheaper version. Like the $70 one is the more expensive one.
But you get two games for $70. So, all right. So it wouldn't be me if I didn't put a piece of physical media on my top 5 list. And the thing is, if you are a person who just is dead set and determined to only do streaming because you don't want to, I guess don't want to buy the physical media or whatever, you're missing out. Spoilers. I'm working on an article right now for a website called Serial at Midnight that breaks down what percentage of my collection is not available to stream anywhere. And it's going to be pretty high. So there's a lot of movies out there that you just can't stream other places for a lot of reasons. And you can support somebody that's not Warner Brothers, for example, or Disney. You can support these boutique distributors that are doing a killer job. So my pick for this one is from a company called Ronin Flicks. This is how it came. It came in a pretty beautiful box, and it is for their special edition release of I Spit on Your Grave. I Spit on Your Grave, if you've never heard of it, is known as the most controversial film of all time, given that label by Roger Ebert back in 1980. There are edgier movies, but this movie is unapologetic and humorless. The thing is, even something like Last House on the Left, which was made in the same era, has humor in it to break the tension.
Yes.
This has nothing. This is a hard fucking movie to watch. But boy,
it took Nico everything he had to finish watching that movie with me.
From the 70s, because there's a 2000s remake that's
we did. I think I did the 2000s remake for him.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to this movie. This movie's So this set right here comes in a nice hard box. It comes with the original film. It comes with the sequel, and then it comes with a feature-length documentary that might be my favorite part, that talks about kind of like why the filmmaker made the film to begin with, and then it's made by his son. Perfect bound book on the inside, also beautiful. This is $50 from RoninFlix.com.
Not bad.
Not bad for this level of quality. And the sequel is dog shit. I'll just tell you, it's a terrible movie. But I didn't buy it for that. I bought it for the original, and I bought it for the documentary. You know, if you're someone who's a student film, the documentary is a must. But yeah, so you can go to RoninFlix, you can go to Arrow Video, you can go to Blue Underground and get all kinds of cool movies that aren't available anywhere else except on a Blu-ray. So I highly recommend it. Support these little companies. All right. So I guess we're back around again to Nathan.
Yes. So some of us here like spice. We like
spice
to challenge our heat.
Yeah,
index.
we like the spices.
And so this is called Chili Crunch, and it is from Momofuku. And it's basically a blend of Mexican chilies with a Chinese spice.
So is it like a food spice?
It's like a salsa also. It's like a paste salsa mix. So think like Chinese dim sum hot sauce, but with like a salsa Mexican flavor.
Interesting.
Yes, and it's $10, and it looks kind of exciting. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm very intrigued.
Oops. I'm down. We should do like look at it. Look at it. It's got, you can see the chili peppers in it.
Yes, and it is gluten-free and vegan.
So looking at this picture, what it actually reminds me of is sambal. If you've ever had sambal, it's a sambal texture-wise is like a Thai chili paste. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what this looks like because it's super thick. Mm-hmm. Chili Crunch from Momofuku. Is this like the Momofuku, the restaurant? You know, there's a Momofuku. It's called Momofuku Milk Bar.
Famous chef started.
Okay, yeah. So Momofuku is a restaurant that's in Washington, D.C., and it's also in New York. So, yeah, I'm down for this. This shit looks good. Me, you, and Nico. And Zach. Zach loves it, too.
I actually found one of the hot chip challenge chip in Kroger. I picked up one.
Well, why?
You never know.
Well, Dwayne has
I know.
years of stacked up.
You never know.
Yeah, what Nathan's saying is Dwayne has the 2019 and the 2020 ones ready for us to do a show together once all this stuff.
We still need to do the hot, like the super hot chocolate one.
Oh, I'm in. Somebody wants to make that happen, I'll do it. I mean, if we could do it over Zoom, I guess, but it seems like it's more fun to do that stuff in person.
I kind of want Dwayne to send it for the Christmas party so we can do it over.
Except if we were to do it live, since I have carpet now, I'd have to put plastic down on the floor for Zach because of what happened the last time.
Yeah.
When
like you joke, but like, yeah.
No, you splatter vomited all over my bathroom.
Okay, let me put it to you another way of how much of a bitch I am. So I actually went to McDonald's the other week, and instead of getting a burger, I got their chicken sandwich.
Uh-oh.
Somebody fucked up and gave me the spicy chicken sandwich. Mm-hmm. I nearly vomited.
Are you kidding?
Are you serious?
Like, it really did something to my stomach.
It is not that spicy. It's like,
it's not that spicy. I mean, I had a drink.
It is McDonald's, though.
But it wasn't that it was too spicy. It was that my stomach was like, So
we didn't
it's not. I'm not
this.
sitting there going, "Oh my god, it's so hot." I'm going, "This is moderately hot for me," but my body is saying no.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So it's not me saying vomit, it's my body directly saying no.
So what you're saying is you want this Mamafuko chili crunch.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Nico, what you got?
All right,
Puppy.
next up. Yeah, I got a puppy. Next up, Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 1 for $34.99. Still mourning the loss of Daredevil on Netflix. But if you are like me and doing that as well, good news is that now is a good time to get into the comic books. Writer Chip Zdarsky, the current writer on Daredevil, is only a couple of dozen issues into the run, so it's not too far into it. This particular hardback collection collects the first 10 issues, so it will get you most of the way, about halfway through there. It's a very gritty book. It's dealing with Matt Murdock wrestling with being a superhero after an accident happens on the job. You also have Kingpin as well, Wilson Fisk, dealing with the realities of being a public official and trying to step out of crime, but as said in The Godfather 3, they keep pulling me back in, so that happens as well. I love the book. It's one of my favorite books I'm currently reading live, so I recommend checking it out. And you can get the hardback collection for $34.99. You can also get some cheaper, smaller collections as well.
And I'm sure it's on Comixology or the Marvel app.
All runs on Comixology, the Marvel app. If you want, I thought about actually doing this one instead, but I wanted to do something specific, like a specific title. You could just get the Comics Unlimited, the Marvel Unlimited app. Marvel Comics has their own digital reading service called Marvel Unlimited that has a huge backlog of their own titles that you can read for just $9.99 a month. So it's an excellent deal. $10 a month. That's the cost of 3 books right there. 3 single issues there. You can get pretty much everything they put out. And Marvel Unlimited is only about 3 months behind current published titles. That's actually a new change. They were previously 6 months behind. That changed within the last month. But yeah, you could pretty much go back and read books that came out as recently as 3 months ago in the Marvel Unlimited app.
So I might have asked. I accidentally let something play. I might have asked you this, but with the Marvel Unlimited, do you have to do it through a web browser?
No, it's a web app. I mean, a mobile app.
Is it comparable to the? Because I haven't looked at it yet. Is it comparable to the Marvel Comics app? Because I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I haven't used it a lot, but what little bit, it's got that whole zoom in on panels and swipe and stay in the panel view. So yeah, it's very similar.
I'll have to take a look. All right, Tina, what do you got next?
All right, number 4, I got the Bose Quiet Comfort 35 Series 2 wireless headphones with noise cancellation and Alexa voice control. So if you're like me, working from home has become a part of your life that you really weren't prepared for. You might have a partner, pet, or child who constantly makes noise in the background, like barking, and that can be distracting to say the least. Plus, with video meetings, virtual schooling, and online conference calls becoming the norm, it's best to go ahead and invest in good equipment that will make things a bit more comfortable for everyone involved. Bose has established itself as a leader in audio luxury, and these headphones come in 3 stunning colors on Amazon: black, silver, and the limited edition triple midnight, or custom colors and designs on Bose's website. They are wireless, so no having to worry about rolling over the cord with your chair. It features Alexa-enabled voice access to music, information, and more, noise-rejecting dual microphone system for clear sound and voice pickup, hassle-free Bluetooth pairing, personalized settings, access to future updates and more through the Bose Connect app, and balanced audio performance at any volume. It is definitely a must-have for work-from-home peeps, and I'm trying to see if my employer can write this off as a work-related expense.
Well, that would be nice.
You can get it on Amazon or Bose for $2.99 for the basic colors like black and silver, or $3.49 for the limited edition triple midnight or your custom colors and designs.
I was like, holy crap, break the bank for some headphones.
Right.
Lord. All right, Zachy boy, what do you got?
Well, as you're sitting around your Christmas tree on Christmas morning, what's better than cracking open a bottle of Blanton's bourbon and sharing it with the family?
Bitch, I think this was on your list last year.
Well, this was the one I was like, was it?
I think so.
I think
Probably.
so.
I think it was.
Okay,
It's
well,
fine. It's
if it was, I have an honorable mention. Just make that the
Well, I was gonna say I'll forgive Zach because Zach was like, you know what I need after today.
Blanton's
Yeah.
bourbon.
I was planning on it and just didn't have time for it. Truly. Anyway, I like Blanton's. It's the best bourbon. You should try it. It's the best. Get it. It's delicious. It also, if I find that y'all have mixed, like one of y'all people out there listening have gotten Blanton's and put it.
Oh
in
yeah, you
Coke.
totally had this on your list last year.
Okay, well, you know what?
I recognize the picture.
Also, it is not $219. I swear to Jesus. It's
No,
not
this
that.
particular one is, but you can get it for around 75.
Yeah, anywhere between 65 and 110 is usually.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
think
to search for it, but you know.
yeah, it's not easy to find, and it literally is delicious.
John Wick approves.
John Wick approves. And you know, there is a way. There is a way you can make a little bit of your money back. This is something I didn't. I should have occurred to me, like when we first tried Blanton's. It should have occurred to me, but it apparently these toppers are different. Is that right?
Yeah, they all have different letters on them based
Yeah.
on BLANTONS.
Yeah. So there's a market for collectors. So
Yeah, I keep mine. Mine.
I was gonna say, if you empty your bottles and you need to make a little money, you go on eBay and sell these toppers and make some of that money back. But we drink Bullet most of the time because it's affordable. But it's I mean, for the price, Bullet is hard to beat if you start talking about dollar to value. But man, if you really have something to celebrate or some sorrows to cover up, Blanton's.
Yeah, if it's been an extremely bad day, like really, really, really bad, like your car is totaled bad, pop open the Blanton's.
Mm-hmm. And then you're not allowed to come here and watch John Wick without having a little Blanton's.
Yeah, you got to have at least a little bit of Blanton's for John Wick.
So Zach brought Blanton's over here because we were watching John Wick.
Well, we were going to have a John Wick day, and then I don't know what happened, but we just watched the first one, I guess.
Maybe we might have watched more. I don't remember. But Zach brought his Blanton's over here, and he was pouring for me and him and Dwayne.
No, Dwayne started pouring.
No, you poured first, and you barely put anything in the cup.
Yes, because it's Blanton's.
It was like not even a shot. And Dwayne was like, let me pour. And the mistake that Zach made is he said yes. The only person other than Nathan that you don't let pour is Dwayne. And we ended up drinking like a third of that bottle of Blanton's.
No, it must have been half. It must have been half.
All I know is I felt bad after it was over. I'm like, holy shit. Look.
Zach's Blanton's is gone.
Zach's birthday Blanton's is half gone. That's $35 we just spent.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's so delicious, though. It's so good.
It really is good. If you don't like bourbon, I say still try Blanton's because, damn, it's good. All right, so here we go. Next on my list, Tina, you'll appreciate this, even though I'm still going more physical media. But if you're a horror movie fan, you have to have the Friday the 13th complete collection. We actually got this. Now, the version that Tina and I have right now, you can't get anymore. It's gone. But you can get just this box. It contains all the movies. And even if you're not the biggest fan of the movies, but if you're someone who, again, is a student of film, someone who loves to know about filmmaking and how films are made, I don't know how many hours of stuff there is here. Each of these films has commentaries. It has behind-the-scenes featurettes. It has documentaries. And then after you get through all that, there's a really long-ass documentary on the last disc. The last disc is nothing but extras. Each movie either has really cool internal artwork or reversible artwork. The first 4 movies are brand new 4K scans of them. This is one of my favorite purchases of this year, period. It is stunning. And this is from Scream Factory. So obviously, if you buy it now versus later, well, actually, probably this is always going to be how it is. There are a few discs in here that are missing stuff. So they have a free disc replacement, which I did get notified yesterday, Tina. I don't know if you got your notification, but I got notified yesterday that my discs are on the way.
I haven't got notified, but I'm sure mine will. I usually get mine a day after you get yours. No, Nico and I actually watched Jason Takes Manhattan for this past Friday.
I saw that you guys were watching that. That is hilarious. So it has beautiful artwork. Now, the version that we got came with a really cool lithograph and also a really cool piece of custom artwork. But you can get this. This goes for around $140. It is still limited. Even this version is limited. I think in total they did 13,000. And you can see these here and there in Best Buy as like one copy. So if it's something you want to gift to someone or you want for yourself, you better get it.
Yeah.
Get it quick.
It's definitely worth it.
Yep. Nathan?
All right. So 2020 brought us a pandemic and people went and freaked out and basically...
People went and freaked out?
Got rid of all of our toilet paper in the stores. But no fear. Just go to Tushy and get you a bidet attachment. It comes in 10 different colors. It's $89, but your butt will never be the same. It will be clean.
You are so strange.
What? It's a COVID edition of Holiday Gift Guide. Get a Tushy bidet.
Have you used one of these Tushy bidets before?
I actually have.
And
I don't have it.
How was that for you?
Refreshing.
All right, so we do have one person who owns a bidet. Do you have anything to say, sir? Zach, don't you own a bidet?
Oh yeah.
How is it?
Your toilet will never be the same.
The only people that do not like bidets are people who have not tried bidets.
So we have one of these. The one thing I will say is it's an attachment for your toilet. So the issue that we have is it doesn't reach from where the water connection is around to where it's supposed to go on the toilet. So we have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or something and get a piece of custom.
What type of toilet do you have?
Just regular toilets. You've seen our toilets.
Are y'all hooking it up right?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, I'm not hooking it up. You know better. You know I'm not.
Who's trying to put it together?
That will be Hector. that was a look that's only a visual. Anyway, that is the one thing I will say. Is just be ready for little goof ups like that. But I mean, I'm excited. I never used a bidet before. I'm down.
Let me just say, I watch Big Brother like obsessively, and they put it in for this latest season for one of the contestants because that was a request, and I think it was like a religious thing. They needed it or something. But
the order of the booty
everybody
hole.
Who used
the order of the booty hole, is that what you said?
So everyone in the house who used it walked out of that bathroom saying, "I can't wait to buy this when I get home."
So it's Big Brother approved.
You know who really requested the bidet? Some bidet company asked for it to be on there.
Exactly.
Like literally every single person who has tried a bidet is like, "This is great. Why don't we have more of this?" And the only people who are like, ew, literally have not tried it.
The first one I tried.
No, it's the toilet paper lobby.
In
Let's see what it is.
Brazil, and it was a holy experience.
Holy.
It doesn't go up it. It's not supposed to go up.
I'm not talking about an enema. I'm just talking about a nice, refreshing. Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, Nathan accidentally gave himself an enema.
You stand up, and you're like, "Oh man, this is great."
That pressure. So nice.
That is hilarious.
For those who can't afford a bidet.
So
for those who can't afford a bidet, just bend over in the shower and hold your butt cheeks apart.
A Dasani water bottle works too.
You could get. Yeah, I was gonna say you could just get yourself a squirt gun.
Yeah, there you go.
A really good one, like a Nerf one. Just, make sure it holds a lot of water. All right, Nico, what do you have next?
All right. Number 5, last one on the list. Another subscription service. Sock It To Me sock subscription system. I love geeky socks, and as Tina could attest, a lot of my sock collection is pretty much like space socks, alien socks, comic effect socks, Sasquatch socks, so much more. I get a lot of them from Sock It To Me at various different stores that you're able to find them at, but you can also get them straight from their website. And then they have a subscription service as well. You can subscribe to get 2 pairs of socks a month for different amounts depending on how often you subscribe for. And then so when you get them in the mail, and then it's really cool. If you don't want that many socks, that's a lot of pair of socks. I don't buy that many socks a year. You can just get a la carte and see what you want. I think I'm wearing their socks right now. I have ramen socks on right now.
Yeah, I usually make it a tradition of, and he knows it by now after like the however many years that we've been together doing this. But every Christmas in his stocking, he will find a pair of Sock It To Me socks.
That's awesome. Well, so like they're not just cool looking, though, they're comfortable, though, right?
Yeah, they're pretty good socks. They stay together pretty well. Like they don't tear all that often. I wear mine a lot.
Unless you have a puppy.
Unless I have a puppy.
Yeah, I have a cat that's like that too.
Yeah, but no, I think they're really cool. You can get a subscription program if you're into that. Otherwise, just go pick on whichever ones you want.
We actually have to share this with Dwayne from the show, because he actually has an Instagram account where he posts pictures of his newest weird socks.
Yeah.
So he would probably appreciate this. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
All right. Tina?
All right. Number 5 for me is the most expensive item that I have on my list. And
more than the headphones, more than the Bose headphones. Here we go.
Yes. It is a La Crusette 11-piece ultimate cast iron cookware set. So this pandemic has really put a damper on trying new restaurants. However, people are discovering a love for cooking that they might not have otherwise known they had. Now, a $15 skillet is fine and dandy, but if you want to cook with the king of cookware, you can't really do any better than La Crusette. They are definitely pricey, but they last for years and are of such high quality, you will be glad you spent every penny, or supremely grateful that someone loves you enough to buy it for you.
So can you tell me exactly what it's called again? I was typing it.
The La Crusette 11-piece ultimate cast iron set.
That's very specific.
Yes. So this 11-piece set from lacrusette.com comes with a 7 1/4 quart round Dutch oven with lid, a 5-quart oval Dutch oven with lid, a 3 1/2 quart brazier with lid, a 1 3/4 quart signature saucepan with lid, a 10 1/4 inch signature skillet, a 5 1/4 quart signature roaster, and a square skillet grill. And not only do you get exquisite cookware, but you can choose from around 7 different colors, from cerise red to Caribbean blue. And of course, you can always go the classic white or the oyster black. And with La Crusette, you get a lifetime warranty and free shipping on qualifying orders over $99.
Ooh, I like the blue ones.
Yeah, I love the blue ones. I love the Caribbean blue ones too, because it's such a beautiful color of blue. It's like a lighter aqua blue. You can get this at lacrusette.com for $1,275.
Oh my God. I was going to say I have someone in my life that might really appreciate this, but
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
And you can
have to appreciate these from afar.
You can buy individual pieces through La Crusette as well, but this just knocks out the entire set. Usually you'll probably spend a couple $100 on a very nice Dutch oven or skillet.
Well, so you're talking about these basically are $100 a piece.
Yeah, pretty much.
To make the set.
But they will last forever.
Whew. Lord help me.
Like you will never have to buy another Dutch oven again. Unless
I
you just
said that I was pretty sure she would have the most expensive item.
Yep, you do. We love to cook in a Dutch oven here, though. We have a very nice one. It's not this, but it's beautiful, though.
This, if I had unlimited money, I would buy nothing but La Crusette, pretty much, for all of my baking ware and cooking ware sets.
Nice. All right. Zachy boy, what is your number 5?
So my final one, speaking of cooking.
Oh, here we go.
You might have seen
Segway.
On
Segway.
Facebook, a couple people might have tagged a couple people in this thing, but the Steel-Made Flat Top Slim. It's basically you turn your gas stove or your electric stove into a flat top griddle. Essentially, it's like a giant griddle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find a good picture.
I did the slim version.
Oh, did you order it already?
No, it's like I only need the slim. So if anybody wants to buy it from me, plus it's only $100 instead of $200. Because nobody needs a griddle the size of your entire.
I disagree. I disagree. Let me show you guys a picture of this thing. So Zach's made his very not so sly comment because we have a mutual friend who tagged him, and we started talking about it because I thought it was super cool. So the picture I have here is the one that Zach's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it moved. But my thing is what I liked about the full size one that covers all the burners is if you're going to do something like hibachi style food where you're going to cook the rice, you're going to fry your rice, and you're going to fry steak or chicken or something along with it, you want all that space to be able to separate it out and flip it and stuff. I thought that thing was super cool.
And there's several demos about it online right now.
Yeah, this thing is real cool. Now, there is someone in my life that might be seeing one of these also.
Yeah, and look at that. They have interest-free payments. You can do a payment method. I've done one of those kind of before, and they're great.
Is there a glass, because it says for gas or electric coil, is there a glass top version of this if you have a glass top stove?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But this same company, right?
Yes.
They have that one too. Yeah. And it's cool because the one that they showed in the demo the video that we saw looked like it had been used a lot.
Yes, because you black over time.
Yeah, you could see the spots where it was turning black, like right where the burners of the oven are, or the stovetop, which I think is cool because I like to see what the longevity of something like this is. And it's cool. To do. Also, I like a big space if you're going to do pancakes or cornbread, smash burgers, stuff like that. It's super cool.
Or if you're going to do a Waffle House, eggs and
bacon and all that. Yeah. So I like
to do one thing instead of all these pots and pans.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a good choice. I was hooked on this thing the minute that Zach and I saw this video on Facebook of this thing in action. So you did order one.
I did.
Did you? I thought you said you ordered one.
Oh, no.
You're wanting this one.
In case anybody out there loves me enough.
So you're hoping are you hoping that KJ is listening?
That's a risky bet to take.
I'll tell you what. If anyone actually really wants to get me anything, I'd like a new car.
Me too. Actually.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
All right, that thing is super cool.
Love you. I'd put your name on my car.
All right, you guys ready for my number 5? Mm-hmm. Here it comes, baby. Let me pick it up. Bam! The Xbox Series X, the new console.
It's a good thing I didn't have that on my list.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, I sent you a picture of me putting this thing together today. I'm sure you had to know.
Yeah, damn it, thick boy.
It's a cool little box.
It's thick. It is a thick box, but I'm telling you, the funny thing is if you look at the pictures of it online and then you actually have it, it's small. It's a brick, but it's smaller. It's not as wide as the Xbox One X, as the previous one. But yeah,
it basically took the Xbox that he had and condensed it into a square, like it was smashed by Wally.
Yeah, right. And this thing is quiet as hell.
Yeah, I've heard it. It's silent, basically.
God. Like, I was moving a bunch of data across this thing today, and like you never heard shit. It's so quiet.
Yeah, welcome to SSD. Welcome to 2013 PC gaming.
Well, this is far beyond that, sir.
Being real, like when you hit the power button and you going into a game in progress is like what, a minute?
Not even.
That's incredible. That's incredible for like my PC can't do that. That's incredible.
Well, then the quick continue thing is what is also incredible for someone like me who's not sure what he wants to play. And I play a few minutes of something and I can just hot swap between, half a dozen games just bouncing around. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And the only thing I did today is because most of the day has been transferring data, because it does, you do the setup with your phone, which is pretty cool. I've just been transferring data mostly, but I did get a chance to take a look at Dead by Daylight, and my initial thoughts on that were the frame rate obviously settled down, because the thing about Dead by Daylight is it tends to jump around frame rate wise a little bit. Not anymore. It's smooth as silk. And it was already beautiful. So the thing about it though is there's not a killer app. There's not like a game that blows this machine out of the water so you can just see how everything it does. This really is like PC gaming in that you don't get a killer app every time you upgrade your PC. This is just faster and more capable system. The only thing I haven't done yet is put Blu-rays on it to see how movies look and all that stuff. But that should be fine. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great if Dolby Vision worked on it.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
It'd be great if that could become a thing.
Dolby Atmos works on it. It doesn't matter to me if Dolby Vision works on it, because on my projector I just have HDR10. So.
I'm just saying, this product that's $500. It'd be great. You could have HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision.
Well, I think some of that is just a software licensing thing.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, my initial thoughts is it's beautiful, it's fast. The new controller is, if it ain't broke, don't change it. It's a good controller.
They basically perfected that controller.
It's just refined a little bit from the previous one. Cool. But so that it is. This version is $500. But now you can get a stripped down version, but I don't know why you would.
All digital version probably.
But it is all digital. The S version is all digital, but it's also not 4K. So why would you do that? Anyway, that's it. That is my number 5 is the Xbox Series S or X, and I'm excited to dig into it and see everything it does. Like I said, just got it today. Don't have no Miles Morales on it though. Damn it.
I did have the most pricey gift.
You did. That is my most expensive thing. Was this $500 Xbox? So that is our 2020 pandemic era holiday gift guide. And thanks to Nathan for keeping us covered in the pandemic situation, Tina for spending all of our money, Zach for wasting our time on video games, and me for wasting space on physical media, and Nico also for wasting too much time on board gaming or D&D gaming.
D&D and Legos.
D&D and Legos, that's it. So there's something for every geek on this that listens to this show. All right. So if you want to get yourself something this week, physical media wise, there's a lot of things that came out. I know there's one on here that Zach is so excited for, but we'll get to it in a second. Starting out, Massacre at Central High is on Blu-ray and on Steelbook. Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai is out from Criterion. This is a good movie. It has Forrest Whitaker in it.
But then it's called Ghost Dog.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
At least it's not Up Dog.
That's true. But the trick with that is if you like this movie, you should get it right away because you can get it for half price because of the sale. Here's Zach's most anticipated movie this week is New Mutants. It is out on Blu-ray, 4K, and in a 4K Steelbook.
I knew that was the one you were going to say. I knew it.
He's so excited for it.
No.
Moonstruck is out in the Criterion Edition. Westworld Season 3 is out. Resident Evil Complete Collection 4K. The true answer to it, though, is Relic is out on Blu-ray. Zach and I saw this at the drive-in, and it is freaking good. When we do our top 10s for the year, you might be hearing about it again. Just saying.
Not really happy about the Blu-ray reviews, but you know.
Oh, is the Blu-ray not good?
They're saying the video on the Blu-ray is it could be
dark.
It could be a little better compression there for that dark sequence.
And that sucks because it's a Scream Factory.
I mean, they say the movie is just so damn dark, but
Scream Factory or Shout Factory?
It's
Shout,
okay. But it's the same country.
Yeah, they give it a 3 out of 5 for the video, and it's like, damn.
That sucks. I'll still get it, though, because the movie's so good.
There's only a trailer for the bonus feature.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so this is going to have to go on sale. Sorry. It's good.
You know, actually what I'm going to do is wait and see if there's an international version that's better.
Well, let's check.
So also out this week is Silent Running. I believe that is out from Arrow. I got a screener of it, and I tried to watch it, and I got so bored. I had to get away from it. It is a science fiction movie from the 70s. It's a Wonderful Life is back out again in 4K and Steelbook. It is exactly the same as the special edition from last year, except it's in a Steelbook. Weathering with You is in a 4K collector's edition. The Rita Hayworth Ultimate Collection is beautiful.
I would love to get my hands on that one.
Yeah, it's a beautiful set. The Hammer Films Ultimate Collection is also beautiful. It has 8 movies in it. And then The Croods has been reissued in 4K. So, what do we have in the funny books?
Funny in comic books, we have over at DC Aquaman number 65, which wraps up Kelly Sue DeConnick's run. Over at Dark Horse, we have Barb Alien, play on Barb Alien, Red Planet number 1 of 5. It's a miniseries there from Barb Alien creator Tate Brumbaugh. Over at IDW, we have a new Star Trek Voyager miniseries starting, Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning. So it's about 79.
I love Star Trek Voyager.
Yep. And then over at Marvel, say if you're still jonesing for some Black Widow movies, they have a new series called Widowmakers, Red Guardian, and Yelena Belova, which are 2 of the main characters in that movie, outside of Natasha, Black Widow herself. In their own series. So yeah, feel free to check those out.
Cool. And Nico's write-ups will be up on CultureSmash TV tomorrow. I guess that brings us to this is an epic show, but it always is when we start talking about shit that we want to own, that we pretend like as a gift guide.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap it up. Nico, where do we find you on the internet, sir?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nico Scream, which you can see on the screen if you're watching visually, NIKOSCREAM, mostly talking about Dungeons and Dragons stuff. There's a new D&D book that just came out this week called Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which is a lot of character building features. So I'm going to be building characters, and feel free to chat about the book there.
That's awesome. All right, Tina?
You can find me on Twitter, Steam, Discord, and Instagram at CheddarPopper. That is CheddarPoppr. And don't forget, as always, to check out the wonderful Shadow on Instagram at the.shadow.pupper.
Nice. Nathan?
Find me on Instagram, Nate_R_70. You can find me on Switch, Dead by Daylight, Nate70471.
So find me at CultureSmash on Facebook, Off the Shelf Movie Night on YouTube. I just put up a 6 most controversial films in my collection video. Also on Dead by Daylight as CultureSmash. Zach?
You can find me. I'm on Instagram. I'm Master of the Maker 91. You can also find me on Steam as well as Discord as a Dangerous Mute Lunatic. I play games, though. Right now, they're mainly kind of an escape from the horrors of the real world I'm dealing with.
As they are for all of us right now. Me too. But you got some shit happening. All right, I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.